Slave Rebellion Part 2, Nat Turner. Nat Turner was born October 2nd, 1800 in Southampton, Virginia, on Benjamin Turner's plantation. Benjamin Turner was a slave master. Turner's father had ran away to the Dismal Swamp, an area known as a community of free runaway slaves, leaving young Turner to be raised by his paternal grandmother. They both, his father and his grandmother, had strong influences on Nat Turner as he was growing up. The community Nat Turner's father had joined were outlaws and bandits. Unlike the Maroons, these were people that were known as outlayers. These people went on to the plantations at night to steal and terrorize the slaves and the slave masters and their families. Turner's mother was brought to the United States from Africa. She was bought by Master Benjamin Turner, who owned a plantation in Southampton County, Virginia. As a child, Turner recalls being told by his mother that he was here for some great purpose. Nat Turner, while growing up, attended church on a regular basis. Turner had always dreamed of being a preacher. Subsequently, he always spoke of visions he had been given, a vision he had been receiving by God Almighty. On Monday 22nd, 1831, 40 years to the date of the Haitian Revolution, Nat Turner and 6 other slaves began an insurrection, a revolt in Southampton, Virginia, a revolt against slavery in the South. The South was in fear. Nat Turner and his followers were going from plantation to plantation, killing white people. These were the slave masters and their families. As they were killing people, they were also recruiting for more followers. House after house, Turner and his followers killed the slave masters and their families. They stocked weapons and ammunition, and they also stole horses. More and more slaves would soon join the rebellion. Turner had planned that once the rebellion had enough recruits, they would move on to the larger plantations, and once they had enough weapons, they would go back to the Dismal Swamp, where they would find a wooded area, the most wooded area that they could find, and launch a guerrilla warfare-like tactic against the plantations and against the South and against slavery. Turner led his followers to a town called Jerusalem, where they mounted more arms and recruited more followers. Then they went on to James Parker's plantation. This was the turning point. They met a large Southern militia unit. Bullets were exchanged, and some of Turner's men began to fall. Some were wounded, others were captured, while others were killed, and a few of them ran away. Next stop was Grenville County, Major Thomas Riley's plantation. Turner and about a dozen of his men exchanged bullets, yet another militia group. And again, Turner would suffer more hits, death, captures, wounded, and some of his men would even run away. The final stop was Dr. Simmons Blunt's plantation. Yet again, Turner would run into stiff opposition there. This time, all of the remaining men that stood with Turner were killed, wounded, or captured, and the few remaining would run away. Turner stood by himself. Turner stood alone. Nat Turner went back to the Dismal Swamp and hid there for about 6 weeks. The hunt was on. The South had been terrorized. Despite a large ransom that was put up for Turner's capture, he managed to elude authorities for several weeks. Turner moved from place to place in the deep wooded area of the Dismal Swamp. On October 30th, 1831, a patrolman named Benjamin Phipps had cornered Turner, captured him, and taken him to jail. The South was released. At the trial, Turner pleaded not guilty. Then he rose to hear his sentence. It was death. Turner did not blink an eye. Nat Turner was hanged on November 11, 1831. Because of Nat Turner's rebellion in the South took stiff measures to secure slavery. Tough measures were taken against anyone, black or white, who might be a sympathizer with the abolitionist movement. In the slave quarters, no one was allowed to mention Turner's name. Slaves were even forbidden to name their children after him. The South was in fear. Nat Turner's rebellion had rocked the foundation of slavery, and because of this, the South had always exaggerated the events.